Got a 2001 Toyota Celica. I'm going to be replacing this rear motor mount. I'm also going to place the front when I get that took apart. Um, Now I've got the CV axle shafts out of this because I was having to replace them anyway. This engine is rocking back and forth too much, and it's causing damage to the CV axle shafts and the seals. These mounts are wore out. I've got videos posted on how to remove these CV axles. First thing we want to do is remove this cross member right here. These are 14 millimeter bolts. I'm going to undo the mount first. It's the front mount. Then we'll remove the cross member. Get a bigger impact. Now remove the bolts for the rear motor mount. That bolts through this subframe. One's a nut, one's a bolt. The stud for this rear motor mount, when it goes through this subframe, it goes down through this cross member. There's an eyelet hole that sets in. So we can't remove this all the way out. Okay, we got a 17 millimeter bolt that holds the rear motor mount to the bracket. It has to be removed. I can get a better shot of this. Right here, at the end of my socket, it's there if I can get it on there. Right there where the end of my socket is at. Okay, there's the bolt for that rear motor mount. We have two nuts on the rear of this cross member that go into that motor mount. They have to be removed. I'm just pulling up on this motor mount, lifting straight up on it. It's a bracket here. Let's see if we can get this bracket down and out of our way. A little more. We put a bolt loosely here in the front to keep this front from falling down on me. Lifted it up far enough to get this bracket loose. Now I can get this bracket out of my way. Okay, now I got this motor mount, it's loose. That's the stud that went through that cross member that ran across here that kept me from removing it. But I just lifted it up straight up far enough where it would clear that cross member and slid it out. So now we got to get the mount the rest of the way out. Okay, we need to remove these two bolts. There's one here and one over here for the exhaust pipe where it hooks up to the exhaust manifold / converter. I think it's a converter. No, maybe just a manifold. Just a manifold. They look like they're 14. Now you want to be careful here. You don't want to break one of these bolts off in this manifold. So you want to spray them down with penetrating oil. And it's best to do that even a few days before you decide you're going to do this. This Q-Max is a really good penetrating oil, best I've found. You just want to take it easy with them. I'm just using a little ratchet strap. I'm going to pull this exhaust over. There is a rubber mount back here. Probably be a good idea we remove it. This rubber mount. This rubber mount right here on this exhaust. We're going to free it up. Maybe. It just slides off. Give it a few whacks here. don't want to get it real tight where we damage something. Just getting it out of the way. So I'm just going straight up, kind of tilting it, moving around, just trying to work it free. Right out the back here. Just like that. That's a rubber end piece. That goes on right here. And make sure you put that on your new one. This is the new one. Well, it's already got one on it. So we won't have to worry about that. Okay, we're going to go back in with this mount. Have to be patient with working around. Get back up in place. Make sure that long stud goes in the front. Get around to some cables and stuff up in here. Just pay attention to how you take them out. And go back the same way. Up. Hard to do. Okay, we got this rear mount set down in place. So what we'll need to do now is just bolt this mount back in place. We'll have to put this bracket on, this cross bracket right here back on it. Then we'll mount it back in place. And then you're going to have to take a jack, floor jack, put it right under here under this transmission. When you get this bracket mounted, so it don't go nowhere, then you'll lift it up and you'll align these holes where that mounting bolt will slide in. And you can mount that up. You just reverse procedure. You're going to replace this front mount. You'll just remove this nut and bolt and put it in. And you want to make sure that you tighten this nut up last. You get your bracket and everything mounted, because that's got a slot in it.